Why was early cartoon sound synchronization so expensive? Imagine trying to make a cartoon where every sound perfectly matches the movement of the characters. It sounds simple, but in the early days of animation, it was anything but. Back then, making sounds line up exactly with the animated images was a huge challenge. This process needed very precise timing, which meant a lot of extra work and special equipment. To get sounds to match the animation, studios had to record music, dialogue, and sound effects before the animation was finished. They used detailed timing sheets called exposure sheets or bar and dope sheets to plan out exactly when each sound should happen. These sheets mapped musical beats and sound cues to specific frames of animation. Since cartoons ran at about 24 frames per second, even a tiny mistake could throw off the whole sync. Animators and musicians had to work very closely, often using metronomes to keep the tempo steady. The technology of the time made this even more complicated. In the late 1920s, sound recording equipment was large, bulky, and only available in studios. Studios had to rent or buy expensive recording rooms and equipment, which added to the costs. Skilled musicians had to perform live music and sound effects while watching the animation, all in perfect timing. For example, in the production of Steamboat Willie, a famous early cartoon, a live band played the music, which was costly because they needed talented musicians and a good soundproof space. Many studios were new to synchronized sound, so they faced resistance from established recording companies. Walt Disney, for instance, had to find independent studios willing to work with him because big recording firms didn't want to change their usual methods. This added extra steps and expenses to the process. Making cartoons with synchronized sound also took more time. Animators had to plan scenes carefully around the music and sound cues. They often had to redo scenes or adjust the timing, which meant more labor and longer production schedules. All these extra steps meant higher costs for every cartoon. In the end, combining animation and sound into a single, seamless experience was a costly innovation. It required new workflows, special equipment, and talented people. But the payoff was huge because audiences loved the lively, engaging cartoons that came with synchronized sound. The expense was worth it because it made cartoons more fun and realistic, even if it meant spending more money upfront. So, the reason early cartoon sound synchronization was so expensive was because it needed precise timing, special recording gear, skilled musicians, longer production times, and new ways of working. All these factors pushed the costs higher than making silent cartoons, but they also helped create the animated shows we still enjoy today.